Hi, and welcome back to the JJ's Declutter podcast. It is time for a magazine moment. So, what we are going to do today, Janice and I, Julie, are here to share with you something from a Bob Vila magazine.
Yeah,
You want to tell them what we're talking about, Jen?
It's on bobvila.com. It is called 10 Instant Cures for Any Kitchen Odor. And this originally came out, I think, in, it was updated on April 6th, 2020, because I guess kitchen odors don't change very much. I don't know. But anyway, if you have kitchen odors that seem to persist, number one, they say feed lemons to your garbage disposal, which is a good idea. So you can save the lemon rinds or other citrus peels in the fridge, or sometimes you can actually freeze them. And then you can throw them for a quick sink refresh, especially the garbage disposal. Pull out a few pieces twice a month and run them through the garbage disposal to make that sink stop smelling funky. The cleaning power.
If you don't have a lemon, you could use, you can use an orange if you don't have a lemon,
right,
because they're all citrusy.
Yeah. The cleaning power of the citric acid will break up the gunk and the grease, causing the unpleasant odor and create a light citrus scent. I have often frozen, squeezed, lemons that I've had in vinegar and ice cube trays. And then you can throw the ice cube in, because that actually cleans the blade better of your garbage disposal.
You freeze the lemon in
the vinegar. Yeah.
Oh, so instead of water. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And then, that's another way to refresh it. Okay. Number two, and this is a big one for Julie and I, keep your sponges dry. Or how
your
about
sponges somewhere else? Don't use them.
That's one of our pet peeves is sponges get really stinky. Even the scrub daddy ones get smelly if they're not rinsed carefully. My husband, right. I refuse to buy the Scotch Brite ones because my husband notoriously doesn't rinse them, and they get slimy and smelly. And then he uses that slimy, smelly thing to wipe other things, thinking he's cleaning it. So I got rid of all those. We went with the Scrub Daddies, and they come in a pack of 12. He used 2 of them for a couple months, and I kept trying to get rid of them. And I finally threw those away. I gave him a new one. I mean, they're under the sink. He could just pull one out. I did see him put it in the dishwasher the other night. So that's a step in the right direction.
Oh, there you go.
But they're talking about a wet sponge can get seriously stinky. So to prevent the growth of smelly bacteria, you can squeeze out sponges after every use and store them on the surface that receives good airflow. Lengthen the life, just toss that stinky thing. But they say you can pop it in the dishwasher to get rid of the sponge funk. So, yes, you can. We don't. And if we're going to use anything that's similar to a sponge, we use the Swedish dishcloths, which are actually very thin sponges that you can compost. All right.
Too funny. So number 3 is to spritz homemade freshener. Now, you can do this, it's very easy. We also use this somewhere else too. But first, air freshener. Take some vodka. Yes, some vodka. Woo! And so you want to do about. I do vodka and a little water. So it would be like 2/3 water to 3/4 water, and vodka, 3/4 vodka and 1/4 water.
She's then giving you her recipe for not a for
a cocktail.
There you go.
So okay. All right. So if you drink the vodka, you're not going to smell anything.
Yep, yeah, really.
So what I do is about 3/4 vodka, 1/4 water, and then put in, you can go anywhere from like 10 to 20 drops of your favorite smelling essential spray. And then just spritz that around and that'll help. So, but I also like using, I just use vodka with a few drops of essential lavender oil after I've made the bed or stripped the bed and vacuum your mattress and spritz it with that. Or if you're airing your bed out in the morning, leave the sheets back, give it a little spritz of that. And that also helps because the vodka does, you know,
It's
evaporate.
alcohol.
Oh, so of course I would have that on my list of things. Oh my gosh. And then you want to make sure that you also do something that a lot of us forget about, and that is clean the garbage can and the recycling bin. Because so many times something will get put in there that has just a little bit of something left in it that drips, and then you've got smells starting. So that is a good thing to just, every time you take out the garbage, just, you know, grab Janis's husband's sponge and wipe the inside and then throw it away. And then
Okay.
she'll be happy because she'll have to give him a new one. And you'll be happy because you got some gick out.
We have a Costco membership, and there are probably, that, I don't know, 18 pack of sponges, but it's in the garage and it's probably been there for years. And did he ever pull out a new sponge? No. It's just like, I gave up on sponges a long time ago. So, number 5.
Anyway, clean your garbage can and recycling bin.
Number 5, cancel out cooking smells. So, if you've fried fish or cooked something that's really pungent, you can add this trick to your post-dinner cleanup routine. Put a saucepan on the stove, fill it with a cup of water and about 3 tablespoons of vinegar, just the white vinegar. Bring it to a boil and let it boil for several minutes, allowing the steam from the uncovered pot to permeate the kitchen. The vinegary mist should help neutralize the nasty smells. Now, this I'm sure does work. I've never done this. I've also heard that if you have smells near your stove, just pour like a 1/4 cup to 1/2 cup of vinegar in a bowl and just leave it there. And that should help deodorize the area. Number 6, start a stove simmer. So here's another way you can use your stovetop to freshen your kitchen. Whip up a homemade liquid potpourri. So you can create your own by putting water, mint, and orange rind, some sliced lemons, cinnamon works. You leave the mixture simmering on the stove and you add more water as it cooks, and it will not only cure the odor in your kitchen, but it'll make the whole house smell good.
Absolutely. Yeah, I love you just love the smell of things baking, and especially when you come into a house and it's got that cinnamon smell. It's like, oh my gosh, I get to have milk and cookies with grandma kind of thing.
Well, when we were selling our house, our realtor said, bake a frozen apple pie, put it in the oven an hour before we're having the open house, and then just leave. Because, people come in and like, oh, it smells like home. And for some reason, apple pie is one of men's most alluring scent. Because I read it someplace, psychologically, that is one of the things that men feel more at home with. Like, I don't know.
No Chanel number 5 for me. I'm doing apple pie a la mode.
Piece of apple, that sticky apple.
Oh my gosh. So here's another thing you can do. And this, most all of us know this one. Put baking soda in your fridge. You can do what some people do, and they buy a whole carton of baking soda and open it and stick it in there. We've never needed to do that because I like to freshen it more often than probably you would if you put a whole box in there. So I do, when I bring my baking soda home, I do seal it inside of plastic. So it's in Tupperware. so that it does not sit in the cupboard and soak in odors. But we just do a little cup, like a little ramekin, and put some baking soda in there. And then every couple weeks when we're going through the fridge, we'll dump that and do a new one. So baking soda is awesome. And then don't forget your exhaust fan. That is something, fans are a big deal. When you have fans and vents and all those things, there's the exhaust fan above your stove. And not only is it just the sides of the fan, but those filters that are on there, those, depending on how much you cook and bake and all that, you should be checking those out probably once a month to see if they need to be cleaned. I just put it on my regular to-do list. And other fans and things that you have in the house, not just the exhaust fan in the kitchen, but the exhaust fan in the bathroom. Make sure that you get those things vacuumed off, because it just helps. It holds on to smells when you've got that clump of dust that is up there. It just holds on to smells. So that is that one.
So number 9, scour the drain. And this is a really good one because the little, what is it called? The drain,
little drain plug thing that goes
catcher. In there? That gets slimy. So you should, when you're cleaning your kitchen sink, make sure you scrub that. If you an easy way to do it is throw it in the dishwasher, but scrub it well. Scrub the actual drain. One good easy way to do it is scour your drain by pouring in a cup of salt followed by a cup of baking soda. I've never done that. And then it says to pour a kettle full of boiling water into the drain to act the salt and soda mixture. I don't know how good that is if you've got plastic pipes though. But anyway, it says after letting the drain sit for a couple minutes, run the cold water for 1 minute to freshen it up and wash away the residue. I need to look into that. Number 10, this is something I never thought about. It says to bake some lemons. So if your oven is smelling kind of stenchy, you should clean it. But if you want to refresh it,
I was waiting for that. If it's smelling, clean it.
But if you want to refresh it, you can put some lemon and orange rinds on a sheet pan and bake them to release the oils. And that will temporarily mask the bad scents.
Interesting. Oh, and there's a bonus tip. Oh, here, we already gave you the bonus. They say bake some cookies. So you can bake cookies, but I like what Janis came up with the apple pie. That sounds very sexy to me. It's more alluring.
So I think we're going to leave you with this as our magazine moment. Just one article.
I think so.
Yeah. But it was fun. I enjoyed this one.
I want you guys to know that you can stop in at our community on Facebook, ABC Declutter with JJ, and also at our website, abcdeclutter.com. So we have a community there too. So please pop on in and check it out. Tell us what you think about this. And if you're listening on like Apple or Spotify, give us a review, leave us 5 stars because we're so amazing.
Share it with your friends who need help with their smelly kitchen. I don't know.
Oh my gosh. So with that being said, see if I can do this without it written down in front of me. Keep it intentional. Keep it simple. Keep it simple.
Keep it intentional. And as always,
keep it
We've only been doing this for a year or plus.
Okay. Keep it simple.
Keep it intentional.
And as always, keep decluttering.
That wasn't bad.
Don't listen. Gosh, and with that, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate your time today. Go forth and enjoy your spring.
Bye.